episode of the Superfan Addicts podcast. We got something special for y'all today. But let me introduce the guest first. We have Ro Goldstein, a.k.a. Uncle Roro. And we have Furvest Jess. Somebody else is coming, but we'll get to them when they get here. So we're going to kick the show off with a favorite segment of mine. It's called Cook or Marinate. And what that is, we're gonna review all the draftees, and then each one of you is gonna let me know, are they ready to cook and get out on the field, or do we leave them on the bench and let them marinate a little bit? But before we start, though, we have a interview that I did during the week. Somebody couldn't make it, but they wanted to make sure that I interviewed them. So go ahead, Cody, take it away. So what was your take on the recent draft?
I'm not going to lie. After the smoke cleared, I really loved the draft.
Glad to hear. So was there any particular pick that you fell in love with?
I guess if I had to single out one pick, it probably would be Mason Graham. Dude is a bona fide dog. He's going to clog up and help Miles out immensely.
So you like Mason Graham?
I do love me some Mason, but Carson Schwarzenegger in the second round was a steal in my book. Plug him in on defense, and you can forget about him for at least 10 years. Second coming of Clay Matthews. Daddy, not the son.
Oh, okay. So you like Carson a little better?
Man, why you putting words in my mouth? That's not what I said. What I am saying is, how can you not like Quinton Judkins and Harold Fanning with the next two picks? Then we got Dylan Gabriel and Dylan Sampson. Two excellent choices, I might add. Followed up with the steal of the draft, Sheeter Sanders. Man, I can't wait for the training camp to start. There's going to be so many important position battles going on. You think we'll get hard knocks? I mean, how can we not?
And there you have it. Peace. Well, all right then. So let's. Oh, and here comes Brian. Okay, Brian Morrow.
Hello.
So
Brian here, yes, sir.
Okay, so just to catch you up, Brian, we're doing the Cook or Marinade section of the show now. So first up, let's start with the first round pick, Mason Graham. So let's go with you first, Furvest Jess. That's a lot of words. Furvest Jess. So
it's just Jess with one S. You got it.
Okay. So what are you thinking? Should we let Mason Graham cook, or should we let him marinate a little bit?
He's a little tenderized, but he needs to marinate a little bit. I think he's underdeveloped. He did take the MVP at the Rose Bowl, but I feel like he needs just a little more, maybe what do we call it, mentoring from our Myles Garrett to get him where he needs to be.
Okay, I'll go with that. Okay, Uncle Roro, what you saying?
He's a first round pick. He had a great game against the top tier teams in college. You got to take him off the grills. Go time. You go in the first round. You got to earn your money. Throw him in the game. I think he can be a great player in the NFL. They talked about his short arm wingspan or whatnot, but he's a dog when he played against the good teams like the Ohio State Buckeyes. So it's time to cook, baby. Let's go.
Okay. So we got to marinate and we got to cook. Okay, you gonna break that tie for us, Brian?
Yes, I am. Right here, the grill is covered up. It's covered up because I had it on the grill a couple of days ago, but it's time to cook. I'm with you, brother, bro. First round pick, our first pick, and we need to waste any time. We got to get this thing rolling.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to agree with the guys on this one because first round talent. Hey, you got to earn your money. You making the big bucks. You got to earn that money. So okay, so what was that 3-1 on that first one? Okay, that's cool. So next one,
y'all can argue with me the whole time.
The guys versus the gal, huh?
Guys versus the gal. So what we have next is Carson, the linebacker from UCLA. Carson's, how you say his name? Schwarzenegger. That's close. That's close enough. Yeah, that's close enough. We started with this time we're gonna start with you, Uncle Roro. What's your take on on Carson, the linebacker?
I saw he was a kid. He walked on at UCLA, and hit stardom as of late. He runs great downhill as a running back, as a linebacker, but it's the NFL. I think he needs to marinate. I know JOK looks like he's out for the season. We need somebody to get on the field. It's a big difference between UCLA and the week conference they're in out there and playing in NFL Sunday. So I would say he has to marinate.
Okay. What about you, Brian? What you thinking?
Hey,
we're gonna put him on the grill. We're gonna put him on the grill, let him cook.
He's marinating right now through the OTAs, and then in camp we're gonna marinate him. But we gotta get him ready. I'm an old guy, but I still play the video games. I play Madden and I play NCAA, and that's why I'm excited about our draft picks. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun, but all these guys that we pick, man, they're high rated on NCAA, and those guys usually have it right. Madden and NCAA, they have their ratings pretty much intact, and I'm ready to cook them all.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't want to jump the gun, but where we are right now, the season we had last year, I think these guys, I think they're going to be ready. Well, we got to get them ready, marinate them right now, but when that season starts, sizzle.
Okay. What's your take on this, Jess?
Being a walk-on starter, number one tackler in the NCAA and Big Ten, let him cook. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess, hey, I was so excited about the draft. I want to see all of them start, but I'm sure some of them are going to have to marinate. But here's the thing about walk-ons. They always walk around with a chip on their shoulder. So, he's in camp right now, sucking everything up. He's like a sponge. So I'm in agreement. Hey, second round, that's usually a starter at some point in his rookie year. So let him cook. Okay, so now we come to now we come to the Ohio State product, running back position, Mr. Judkins. Let's go with Brian. We're going with you first this time. What you think about Krishan?
Again, like I said, I jumped the gun a bit. These guys on NCAA, they are smoking, man, and it's like we losing Chubb, and I don't want to say we lost him yet, but Junkins is a baller. He's one of those guys too. I mean, I got to be honest. When we had Chubb, we got him in the second round, right? I was like, man, this guy got all these knee injury. Well, he had that big knee injury in college. I wasn't too fond of him. I mean, I really didn't know. And then look, he turned out to be one of the best things that happened for the Browns in a long, long time. So he's up there, a high draft pick, even third round. And Sampson's the same way. I don't know if he's ready. I mean, I don't know about starting. So when we're talking about cooking, are we just talking about starting?
Yeah, starting.
Okay. Well, that's tough because they gotta play a lot. But I think Junkins, I think he's a starter.
Okay.
Cooking him as well.
Okay, Jess, what's your take?
I'm on the fence with this one. Me and my son actually went back and forth with this, but 2,000-yard seasons, Ole Miss, OSU. I mean, marinade preseason, and let him cook.
Yeah,
I think I'm looking at cooking.
Okay, Uncle Roro.
I'm gonna have a deflect here. TJ Ford is still the best running back on the Browns right now. He's proven in the NFL. He was about 11 to 15 carries away from having a 1,000-yard season as a backup last year, if you remember, behind Chubb before he got hurt. I believe Judkins is the number 2 running back, and it's a shame what happened with Chubb, and I know he's still in limbo land, but Judkins is not a starter over TJ Ford, not right now.
Okay. Well, my whole thing is our running game was somewhat dismal last year. I mean, it may have just been the fact that Chubb wasn't there, and we was up in our feelings all about Chubb not returning or whatever it was. But hey, I think he's ready. Well, here's the thing: they got to get him ready because if we go into the season with just Ford, we stuck again. So
Yep.
let him cook.
Jerome Ford. I'm sorry, I said TJ. Jerome.
Yeah,
Ford.
we know
We know what you was talking about, Uncle Roro.
You're saying the Jerome Ford.
The Jerome.
Right.
Ford.
I like that.
State. Right. Now this next pick, this is the one I'm really excited about. Fannin, the tight end from Bowling Green. Woo! I'm excited about him. And I'll go first. I just think first and foremost, Stefanski loves that 2 tight end set.
Yes.
And if they come out, and I know y'all can remember when Gronk and Sanchez was killing it. They was killing it for New England. I would love to envision something like that with our 2 tight end set. So I'm definitely letting him cook. What do you say? What do you say? Oh, I think it's Roro's. No, Jess. Let's go with you, Jess. You can go next.
Yeah, USA. All Team USA. I mean, like over 1,500 yards receiving. Like, bring them on. Record setter. Cook all day.
Okay. Uncle Roro, where you at with Fannin?
I'm gonna jump out on a limb here.
Product and Bowling Green product.
Bowling Green product. He went to the Camp McKinley High School, played for Coach Antonio Hall right here in town. He was an all-state player on defense and offense when he was in high school. I think somebody was just telling me, but I'm going to start him. I started tight end as Butterfingers. No one wants to talk about that, but he's a great physical specimen. But his hands has oil on it, and the kid Manny, he can catch, he can run. He's a big kid. I will start him.
Okay. Brian, what you thinking?
Super Ray, I'm with you. And I was gonna say, same thing with the 2 tight end set. Sometimes we go 3. I'm putting him in there with Chief right now. The 2 tight end set. That's Stefanski's trademark. And I think he does very well. Like you was talking about the New England guys, and even the other guy they had before Sanchez in Gronk, the guy that was all world. You know who I'm talking about. But they, I like that 2 tight end set and play action, and I think he's ready. Cook him as well.
Okay. So now we coming down to the. Oh no, hold on. We got the running back from Tennessee first. Dylan Sampson. Go ahead, Brian. We'll let you go first.
So like I said, I wanted to get the thing on cooking or marinating if it's an actual starter. So if initially when I said all these guys going to cook, I was talking about them all playing a significant amount during the season. But yeah, he has to marinate. But I like him as well. He can be. I think he's a sleeper.
Absolutely.
Going back to NCAA and Madden on there, the video game. He's like raised in the 90s as well. We got all dogs here, but he has to marinate.
Right. Go ahead, Jess. What you got?
Oh yeah. I mean, offensive player of the year, like 22 touchdowns. That head chef.
head chef. Okay. Uncle Roro, what you thinking?
I have the Dylan Sampson at the 3rd string running back position. I think Junkins' style of running will translate better in the NFL. He gets upfield, straight line runner, makes a cut. He played well at Tennessee, but again, that's college football, and I don't see him playing ahead of Junkins or Ford.
Okay. Well, my take on the whole thing is, I can see these 2 rookies be somewhat reminiscent of Chubbs and Kareem Hunt. You got pound, and then you bring in your little change of pace back. So I don't know if he's gonna. And when I say cook, I don't know if he's gonna start right away. But I think he'll get considerable playing time his first year, because I just think he'd be a good change of pace back, because like you said, he's like a video game out there. Bing, 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 and he's gone. So
Let's go back to
That's
Mac
my take,
and Biner as well.
That's another good one, Mac and Biner. So now we're coming into the quarterbacks, and we're gonna go with let's go with Dylan Gabriel first. Jess, what's your take on Dylan Gabriel?
Highest scoring quarterback in college history. It speaks to me. 75-mile-an-hour passes speaks to me. But I feel like he's going to marinate no matter what because we're sitting with Daddy Flacco.
Okay, that's a good assessment. I'll go with that one. Uncle Roro, what you thinking?
He definitely has to marinate. As she just said, he was an all-time touchdown leader in college football. A lot of he has a lot of playing time, a lot of experience that comes in for a college player. We can only deal with what we see today. So we got Flacco and Pickens ahead of everyone, and I think because he was picked in the 5th round, he's the 33 running back right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brian.
I'm gonna let him marinate as well. I like him a lot. I like him. He had a great career in Oregon, was season in Oregon, and but he has to marinate right now.
Right. Okay. Well, see, when I look at Dylan's game, it kind of reminds me of Russell Wilson. Short quarterback. He rolls out a lot of play action. Not really good with the drop back because he's going to get passes batted, as we've already seen in training camp. So yeah, he's definitely going to have to marinate.
Duck tastes better that way.
Right. And then bringing up the rear, we have the last one. We have Shedeur Sanders. Take it away, Uncle Roro. What's your thoughts?
The people want Sanders. We all want Sanders. I think Cleveland, it'd be a great story, but I live in a world where business dictates what we see on the field. Sanders is the 14th running back as of today. He could easily be on the practice squad. He can get traded. He can get cut. Given that Stefanski and the GM Barry, who knows how much of a leash that they have and how much patience the owner is going to show them at this point. I think they're going to obviously go with Flacco with all the experience he has with the organization, but Sanders is 4th string. He has to marinate.
Right. Okay. Brian?
Well, I like him. I think he has a great head on his shoulders. And I was in Hawaii during the draft, and when he didn't go to the 1st round, I was like, wow, I thought we would, we had a chance to get him and Hunter. And then, how that all panned out. And then that 3rd day when we were on our way back, and we were there for a week, but then I was on the on the landing strip. And, you open your phone up and it's like, from airplane mode, and my phone was blowing up. And I saw it. I'm doing a little dance. And my wife was like, baby, you just happy to be home? And I was like, no. And I showed her what happened. And then before we even get all the way in, I started thinking, something's too fishy about this, the way they drafted him, so-called teaching a lesson and, drafting in the 5th round. It's like, I don't know, what are they going to do with him? I'm not going to be happy until the season starts. But if it was up to me, I would cook him right now. I'd cook him.
Okay.
Great stock.
I just think it's going to be a lot for both rookie quarterbacks. So, and then when you have somebody, a fan favorite like Flacco, I mean, it's almost like we started with Flacco, and then if one of the rookie guys step up, then we can see what we got. But at this moment, I think they're gonna. I think that we need to let him marinate as well too. But having said that, I would love to see one of the rookies step up. And at this point, I'm such a Browns fan. I don't really care if somebody that could step up and take us to the promised land.
Yes,
That's all I care about.
That's how I've always been with. Every quarterback we had, when we had Baker, he was getting a lot of flack. I'm like, man, whoever we have right now, I'm rolling with them. I just try to stay positive. Who's ever out there, I want them to excel. So let's put all that positive energy, not getting guys down. So yeah, I'm with you.
So that was a great take. So our next segment, we're doing our kids corner, where I go out and interview a kid, and he's going to give me his take on the Browns. Go ahead, Cody. And in this segment, we're going to do the kids corner, where we bring a kid in and he gives us his insight on upcoming season, the draft, and anything related to football. So with that being said, we're going to bring in Ethan Hustle Man Reese. What's up, Ethan?
What's up?
Ethan.
How you been? You been good?
Yeah. You?
Oh, hey, I'm great. So let's get you started right off the top. So what have you been doing this off season to keep yourself busy?
Not much.
Not much. So I see.
Just been hanging out, doing school and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I see that you still sporting your orange and brown. So you got that going good, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So let me ask you this: what did you think of the draft?
I think the Browns could have done a lot better.
Okay, elaborate a little bit. How so? So I'm guessing you must have had some players that you wanted that the Browns didn't pick, correct?
Yes.
Okay, which ones? Which players?
I think it was kind of dumb to trade our number 2 pick to Jacksonville when we could have had Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders.
Okay, but okay, and that's a fair assessment. However, how can you turn down? We only moved back 3 picks? We moved back 3 picks. We picked up an extra second round pick, and we picked up a number 1 next year. I mean, I don't know. I understand what you're saying, because it would have looked really good to have Hunter and Shador together. I just don't know if I could have passed up all that draft capital for that to happen.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, I get your point, but I don't know. Was that the only thing that you didn't like?
I think we made some pretty dumb picks, but they're good picks.
Okay, which ones were those? Which ones didn't you like?
I can't remember which one it was, but we made a very bad call with our first round pick.
Wait a minute, hold on, time out. Is it because he's from Michigan? Does that have anything to do with it?
A little bit, but not much.
Wait a minute, that smile on your face said it all for me. As soon as I seen that little smirk, I'm like, okay, he's not feeling the guy because he's from that team up north. And I feel you on that. But here's my thing: once they put on the orange and brown, they're a Brown. So that's just my take. That's just my take on it. So you didn't like the Michigan guy. Who else didn't you like?
In the second round, we took the Judkins guy. I think was that the second or the third round. I don't remember which round it was, but we gave up.
The second round. Didn't we take? I thought we took the linebacker. I thought we took the linebacker from UCLA in the second round. I could be wrong though.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought that's where we took him. And then third round is where we took. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, third round is where we took Gabriel.
Yeah.
So, did you like that pick?
It was decent.
Oh, it was decent. So let me ask you this: was there any picks that you liked?
Yes.
Okay, which does it have anything to do with Ohio State?
No.
Okay. So which picks did you like?
I like the 2 quarterbacks that we took, Shadur and that other dude from where is that? That green team. I can't remember that. Gabriel, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Gabriel was the quarterback. So what about the tight end? The tight end for Bowling Green. Did you like him? Fannin?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, come on. He led the league. Not only he led the nation, not only in tight end catches, in all receivers catches. So how can you not like him?
That's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I mean, I thought all of them. One side. See, see, I didn't do like most fans did because I watched the draft at a Browns bar, and it was like, oh my God, why we take him? Oh my God. So it was easier for me to sit back after everything was done and then assess the picks as opposed to losing it all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So all in all, what you gave the what would you if you had to give them a grade A to F? What would you give the Browns a grade at?
Probably a B.
I'll take that. Come on, Ethan. I'll take that all day long. Yeah. So then basically you didn't like a lot of the picks, but all in all, it was
pretty good.
Pretty good draft. Okay. So now that the draft is over, you getting ready? You getting ready for training camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. We always have fun up there. The quarterback situation competition is going to be great, I think, because the thing I just read in social media, they have Pickett and Gabriel splitting the ones, and they have Flacco and Shador splitting the twos. And I keep telling everybody that's just where they're starting at. That has nothing to do with where they're going to finish at. But other than that, so what about wait, I jumped a little too soon. Before training camp, we got the Njoku softball game. Are you guys going up for that?
I don't know. We might.
Okay, because I'm hearing Shador is going to be there. I'm hearing Myles Garrett's going to be there.
I want to go to it.
Right. Well, hey, we still got a little time. It's not until June, so you still got a little time. Lastly, what are you hoping for on this upcoming season with the Browns? After training camp is over, all the preseason games are over. What are you hoping for? What's the best record that you think that they could pull out this year?
I think we could make it probably like 9 and whatever the rest of the races.
Yeah, 9. No, 9. Actually 9 and 9. No, 9 and it would be 9 and 8. Yeah, because there's 17.
We can make a 9 and 8 record.
9 and 8. Better. Okay. I think a lot of it depends on what type of protection. I think that's more than anything. We got to have a line to protect whoever's back there, quarterback. We have to have a line to protect them. Well, hey, I don't have anything else. You have anything else to tell me before we go?
My take on the quarterbacks is I think we're done pretty good with the quarterbacks. I'm just curious to see who's the starters and who's the backups. Right.
Well, to me, so we got Pickett and Flacco on 1-year deals. So I'm hoping for one of the younger quarterbacks to step up, and then we could keep those two veterans for the year, and then next year with those two number ones, I'm just hoping that we don't have to look for a quarterback next year. I'm hoping one of these two young quarterbacks step up, so then that way we'll be able to use all that draft capital for other players other than a quarterback.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Well, hey, Ethan, it was great, but before you go, you got to spin the wheel, and what you get a chance at, you get a chance at a Nick Chubb's autograph, or you get a Myles Garrett autograph. So here we go. So you got a number between 1 and 24. What is your lucky number? Matter of fact, I'll hold it right here for you. What's your lucky number?
With 10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. And round we go. Where it stop, nobody knows. And it's what the heck? Number 7. Lucky number 7. Well, hey, buddy, better luck next time, and I hope to have you back real soon.
Okay.
Peace out. Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Well, all right, Ethan.
Kid.
Hope y'all enjoyed that. So next up, we have. This is kind of crazy too. Have any of y'all heard before I mentioned it to you? The CU aunties. So
Yeah.
basically, the CU aunties are they're a collective of female Colorado Buffalo fans dedicated in supporting their nephews. Now, if y'all wondering, where this whole auntie and nephew thing came from, some of the female fans are what society would consider elder in age to the young men on the team. So auntie or unk have become slang terms of respect from the young generations. So basically, all in all, and the only reason I'm bringing this up because when Shador came to the Browns, the CU auntie said they're all coming over bandwagon fans. So now so instead of the CU aunties, they're gonna be the Cleveland Brown, I guess the CB aunties. So I see you laughing, Jess. What's your take? What's your take on these aunties?
I absolutely love it. I'm a team mom. My kids go to Canton South, and the positivity of being just connected like a family, and the team moms, we want to take care of all of them. They're all our babies. So that means not only Shador, but now all the nephews on the team, and aunties are the ones that straighten you up. So bring them on. I love the adoption.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What you thinking, Uncle Roro?
Well, anytime you can bring some family, or I've traveled a lot in my life, so I adopt a friend and an uncle and an auntie and grandma. I got about 10 grandmas across the map right now. So and I think sometimes players move from different cities, and it takes a village, right? So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Okay. What you thinking, Mr. Morrow?
Hey, well, see you aunties. I'm embarrassed to say my wife of 39 years, we've been together 47 years since we were 15 years old, and she is a Steelers fan. I'm embarrassed to break this news on here, but so her last couple of years she would not miss a Colorado game nor a Steeler game. That's all she watched, and that's all she wanted to see. So I'm throwing her in there with the CU aunties, and so. She was highly upset, that the Steelers didn't draft him. As a lot of other fans, friends that we have here in Youngstown, I think guys are starting to convert. It's so many fans that were that teed off about them not taking Shador. They're hoping that he does well for the Browns, and my wife is in there included. She wants to go to the game. She wants to come to games. I said, you're going to jump on the bandwagon now after all these years because of Shador. That's why I'm just kind of waiting until the season starts. I hope everything works out. He doesn't get traded or cut, and he's the man because he has such a following. It's unbelievable. It's like I said, I have my wife and other guys talking about, man, we want Shador to do well. They're mad at the Steelers. So anytime you can get that, I'm happy with it.
Okay. Well, hey, Brian, let her know that I'm dusting the seat off for her. She can have my seat right here. She can have my seat. Hey, I love it. I'm like pretty much what everybody else said. Anytime that we can pick up fans, and they're good wholesome fans. Hey, bring them all on. So next up, we got a little Terry. We got a little Uncle Terry Bradshaw. We'll have to take the remote away from Uncle Terry. He's doing a little too much. But basically, Terry Bradshaw came out and slammed the Steelers for what he feels that they did to Kenny Pickett. And I'm gonna read to you word for word what he said. They throw the kid in there for 2 years, and you don't. Wow, Terry, you need to work on your grammar. And you don't got an offense that doesn't fit and doesn't work. And they can't run because their offensive line's not good enough for a run blocking team. Now they're saying Kenny Pickett is a failure. He wasn't a failure. The Steelers were a failure. End of quote. So I'll go first on this one. I mean, he played for the evil empire. So I'm gonna set that to the side for a minute. Just sit it over there. Evil empire. Y'all over there. I mean, here's the thing. Anybody, Terry Bradshaw of all people should know. You're armchair quarterbacking now. You're basically looking at a situation that you're still on the outside. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. This preseason if in fact Kenny Pickett is capable of taking us anywhere. I just thought it was kind of hilarious that Terry is still trying to remain relevant. So what's your take? We'll go with you next, Brian. What's your take on Uncle Terry?
Tell Uncle Terry, don't make us call Joe Turkey Jones for him. Like you say, he's armchair quarterback. Now he was lucky. He was with the Steel Curtain. They had that great defense. He was one of those, to me, average quarterback. That's why guys always talk about who's the GOAT. These different guys, well, because so and so has 4 Super Bowls and that. I said, well, he had a great defense and a great team, and he's all right. I like it. He has a funny personality. I like him, but I'll call Joe Turkey Jones on him to get him straight.
Okay, so what's your take, Uncle Roro?
I love Terry Bradshaw, the analyst. He's funny. He reminds you of an uncle or a grandpa sitting in an armchair, like you guys said. But he probably wouldn't start in today's NFL game with the speed of the game and the footwork, and it's just a different game now. As far as Kenny Pickett, the Browns did trade for him. However, one thing the one has addressed is we have offensive line problems. We did not draft an offensive lineman. We got 2 running backs. We got 100 quarterbacks, and we have nobody to block for anyone. So I think it's going to be difficult for Kenny Pickett to succeed with the Browns as well.
Okay, that's a great take. Jess.
I mean, you put him with failures, he's going to be a failure. No, I'm kidding. I sound like Uncle Terry now. No, I think that he was right, saying that he just wasn't with the line that he needed to be with. So maybe we are a good fit for him. Let's hope.
Right. Okay, so hey, we got Uncle Terry up there. We might as well stay with him, because real quick, he came out again, but now his target was Aaron Rodgers, and basically he roasted the Steelers, and this is his quote: "That's a joke. That to me is just a joke. What are you going to do? Bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? That guy needs to stay in California, go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there." Terry. Hey, if nothing else, we could definitely get some good quotes out of Uncle Terry.
Yes.
Woo. Uncle Roro, what you think about Uncle Terry on the Aaron Rodgers situation?
He's right on point. Aaron Rodgers came in and personally ripped apart an organization. Their head coach Salem at the time had the Jets trending in the right direction. They were playing the game the right way. Their GM Joe Douglas, who was also moved on to a new team, was a football guy. And as a quarterback to come in and people start losing their jobs, you got to move their family, and then you never really show up and turn things in the right direction. Aaron Rodgers, stay home, please.
Hey, I hear you. What's your thought? Who ain't went yet? Oh, we don't want to hear from you. Okay, all right. Go ahead, Jess.
Go ahead. I think we need to do a little cross-referencing, because I'm pretty sure TB said the same thing about Flacco, that he needed to stay in the basement, being an armchair quarterback, if you will. I definitely, I don't know. I definitely think that, leave Aaron and his ayahuasca alone.
Okay. Brian. What's up, Brian?
Even though it's the Steelers, I don't like that he's holding them hostage. I mean, any team, that's pretty bad. And Aaron Rodgers, he's a great quarterback, but what he's doing the last couple of years, I don't agree with him. He's holding teams hostage. That's not right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, he's doing Aaron's doing way too much. But I guess this is how he keeps the spotlight on him. I guess I don't know.
Stay relevant. Yeah, staying relevant.
Going into our next segment, we have. So I'm just gonna throw this out there because what do you guys feel about how our defense 2 years ago had a top 5 defense or whatever, and then last year, for whatever reason, they just kind of fell off. What do you think that we have to do to get back to that dog top 5 defense again? Go ahead, Brian. I'll let you go first.
Well, you just need to have guys, get that nasty attitude, and I think our defensive coordinator is still the right guy. But injuries played a part in certain things and different moves. But we just need to have that dog mentality and just keep everyone healthy, and just getting 11 orange hats to the ball and playing smart defense. I think we could come. Well, I hope we could come back to what we had a few years ago.
Okay. Uncle Roro.
Coach runs a defense that, to me, looks like requires backups, and I also hurt the defense because the offense couldn't move the ball. The defense had a lot of reps. We have Myles Garrett, who I think they paid $40 million a year. If you look at it, he was taking plays off, going to the sideline on third down. Ward was overpaid. Sorry for just being honest, but he was overpaid. He hasn't had a healthy season yet with the concussion problems. Will he play all 16, 17 games next year? Probably not. But the coach, and then when he came into the Browns, the defense coordinator, they were playing well. But in the NFL, people started making adjustments. And again, I think he needs a lot of backups. Show Dog, you talked about the safeties and cornerbacks they brought in. The JOK injury is going to hurt, but I think his defense requires subs because he attacks, which I do like that style as well. Okay.
Jess?
Jim Schwartz for president. That is, I believe, and they say defense wins championships, and I believe that if our defense wasn't out there as much as they have been, and tired and just, I feel like, I don't know, they're going to eat, but I think they need a little break here and there. And I think that our offense, once that's tightened up, I think our defense will definitely have a chance at getting back to what they were in the 23 season.
Okay. Well, see, here's the thing about a Jim Schwartz defense. He loves his front four to be. If you notice, just look at Philadelphia's deep. Philadelphia is basically running the Jim Schwartz defense. That front four, they get after. That way, the linebacker. If you watch Philly last year, their linebackers never blitzed. They didn't have to because the front four took care of everything. So it's going to come down to them defensive tackles, them defensive ends. Jim Schwartz loves to rotate them. He loves to rotate his linemen to keep them fresh. So to me, that front four is the key. If they can get that front four back to where it was, I think everything else will fall in place. That's my take on it anyway. Man Cave Spotlight coming up right at you right now. So the Man Cave Spotlight segment is if you have a man cave, she shed, he shed, she shack, babe cave, man land, or whatever you call your sports sanctuary, we want to see them. Shoot us a video of at least 3 minutes, and we'll broadcast it and play it here, showcase it right here on our show. And what we'll do at the end of the year, we'll compile all of the man caves that are sent in, and we'll pick man cave of the year. And that's pretty much how that's gonna roll.
So this one?
Oh, this is mine. This is just a sample.
Nice.
Hey, nothing can top the Hall of Fame can't even top his.
No, I'm seeing it. We have a winner already.
Yeah, ding ding ding.
Or he's not in the competition. He's setting the bar. There's no one can ever do that.
No. You can't say that because my man that was here last year, all he collects is Georgia, the Bulldogs. Incredible. It was a matter of fact. I'll get him to do one for us. But his was incredible. Incredible.
You said Georgia, University of Georgia.
Yep, that's all he collects. That's all he collects. Okay. He loved them Bulldogs, and when I say he has some incredible pieces, because he got up and what he did, he picked up his camera and walked around and lit up. Man, it was incredible. But yeah, send us your man caves in, and we'll get them on the air. So our next segment is Word on the Street. So, first topic, word on the street is Kevin Stefanski recently said that Cleveland that the Browns quarterback will be doled out equally this offseason, which I don't know how they're going to do that. Well, maybe with the draft thingy, with that draft. Pull it up for us, Cody. The draft tracker, the draft tracker thing. It looks like they're going to track every day. One of these are going to come out, and I don't know. How to me it seems like we should be given the reps because we know what Flacco can do and we know what Pickett can do. So to me, it only stands to reason, dude. Give the two rookies all the reps, or at least give them a good proportion of the reps. Because I just don't think that the way that they're going to try to do it. I don't know if that's going to work for them. What do you think about that, Jess?
I think the same thing. I feel like the pups need to be out there getting it in. We know what Flacco's going to do. Honestly, I'm kind of mad at what Flacco does, but we'll discuss that come season. But I feel like the rookies definitely need to be out there and really see what they have.
Okay. Uncle Roro?
Again, the people, we all want Sanders. Let's just come on out with it. But unfortunately, if I was coaching the team, Sanders would be the starter day one, and I just deal with what comes with that. However, I don't believe the GM Barry or the head coach Stefanski is going to bet their real estate and the schools that their kids go to on a college kid coming out the gate. So we knew this going in. They didn't really put Sanders in a position to succeed. There's only so many reps per practice and per week. And so, again, being the fourth string quarterback on the depth chart, that QB tracker is cute, but nobody's getting hit. This is not when the money's on the line. But we just have to wait and see what happens. It's going to change day to day. If somebody gets injured, we're having a whole different conversation.
Okay. Brian?
Yeah, I'm glad you pulled that back up. Look at the efficiency from Sanders. 2 incompletions, 3 touchdowns. He needs more. He needs more reps. And like Fervest just said, we know what those two veterans can do, especially Flacco. Listen, Flacco came in. Didn't he come in like almost near the middle of the season? Had that great finish for us.
Yeah,
he's a seasoned veteran. I wouldn't even we can do the same thing with him because he's older. He doesn't need to wear himself out. He's that good and smart enough with all the experience to even sit out training camp like he did. It showed when he came in and took us to the playoffs. And then Pickett, we know what Pickett's about. I'm with you, Fervest, Jess. Let's put those young boys out there and give them most of the reps.
Okay, but staying on this topic, if you had to guess or if you had to pick which one of these quarterbacks at the end of preseason, if you had to pick which one of these quarterbacks is going to be the odd man out, who you think is going to be, Uncle Roro?
The unpopular opinion, you're not going to like this. It's going to be Sanders, I believe. The Oregon kid, he can play, right? He wasn't just sitting running around at the park playing. He has game film. They traded for Pickett, which means the Browns organization see him as an asset. They brought in Flacco to be the starter. The NFL is a business. They don't make emotional decisions. They don't care what the people want. Everyone's trying to secure their job. If we had them say today, it's Sanders the one that's going to be the odd man out. Even though people may not like that, it is what it is.
Okay. Brian?
I think Pickett will be the odd man out. With Sanders coming in thus far, doing what he's been doing and his reputation, they got to give him a shot. I mean, I'd be really hurt if they didn't. And I think Pickett is the odd man out. We need that one veteran, Flacco. Like I said, I can let Flacco sit out the whole preseason and just help us coach. And then need be, if these guys aren't ready, I start Flacco. But Pickett to me is the odd man out because you got two young quarterbacks that are pretty good. And I think let's do it that way.
Okay. Jess?
I think the same thing. I think Pickett will sit out. I think he's cleanup crew because we know what Flacco can do. We're seeing what Shador can do, and clearly the numbers don't lie. As long as those numbers stay that way, I see Pickett.
Okay. Here's my take. The first quarterback that we brought in, we basically traded. We got rid of what's the quarterback from UCLA that we had?
DTR.
Okay. He was third string. So to me, we just traded third string quarterbacks. We got rid of DTL and we brought in Pickett. So if you remember, Pickett was the first one that we brought in. Then we brought in Flacco. Then we drafted two quarterbacks. So my thing is, one, why would you get rid of Sanders when he's on such a cheap rookie contract? That's number one. Number two, it's again, you got two rookies, and New Orleans is looking for a quarterback, and I'm sure they're going to want a veteran. And there's another team, and it escapes me right now. I can't think of. There was two teams that possibly need a quarterback. New Orleans was definitely one of them. So I have a feeling if they do showcase Pickett and Flacco, they're just showcasing them for trade bait. That's my. I just don't see how. Here's the thing. The front office is always looking for value, and you have that. You get Shador Sanders at a fifth round pick. That's value. Cheap contract. Where's he going? I think Pickett is gone after the season if somebody has to be cut, and somebody is going to have to be cut. Okay, that was a great one. So, this is one of my favorite topics. Arch Manning, is he hype or is he the real deal? I mean, is he falling flat on his face? And I'm gonna go first on this one. So, and somebody had said something earlier. If his name was Arch Johnson, would we even be having this conversation? And I think my biggest takeaway of this is Texas had a quarterback last year that was okay. I mean, I didn't think he was that great, and Manning couldn't beat him out. So basically, this year he's going to play a phenomenal year, and we're going to take him. I don't know. I mean, me personally, I'm hoping that we one of our younger quarterbacks step up, and this isn't even the conversation we're looking into for next year. What's your thoughts on that, Brian?
I'm with you. Is it Ewer on the is that how you the correct pronunciation of his name? He was the quarterback and he was okay. And you had Arch Manning couldn't beat him out. And again, I'm hoping that we like you get one of these young guys come up and prove that, or even both, have a great starter and a valuable backup with these two young guys, so we can use that number one pick and other picks on some defense or whatever other needs we may have next year. I don't think Arch is as good as you were. This guy that started last year and he was average.
Right. What you thinking, Jess?
I think he's a savior. I do. The mobility that he has, the variety that the football IQ that he brings, um, and he moves like a beast. He can run. Like I see talent there. I don't see overhyped at all.
Okay. Uncle Roro.
I believe that the Manning kid is more important than his talent because at the end of the day, he doesn't have a whole lot of film out there against high tier teams. Ewers was highly touted coming out of high school and left
Mm.
Ohio State, went to Texas. But more importantly, the Manning kid is primed for success. The Ewers kid came out of the Manning camp as well. He grew up with them and went to the camps. So that's why he didn't start. It wasn't because Manning wasn't better, but I think Manning's a future Heisman Trophy winner. Not so much of his talent. They are grooming him for success. He's out of the Manning camp. He's going to get everything he needs at Texas. They're spending a lot of money in NIL. And I believe he's a stud. As obviously, he got great DNA. But most importantly, they're going to put him in position to succeed. He's going to have a great team at Texas. He's going to be slinging the ball around probably 50 times a game. He's going to win the Heisman, and they're going to try to make him the number one pick. It's really
Okay. Well, hey, I guess I'm just hoping one of our young quarterbacks step up, and this isn't even a conversation for next year. I heard on the street that Myles Garrett is over in Tokyo somewhere, Japan. He's dating gold. Yeah, there you go. He's dating gold medalist. Was it Chloe Kim?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what y'all thoughts on Myles stepping out and getting his social media on? Go ahead, Jess. I know you want to jump on this.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful people. They're going to be in the limelight no matter what, dating or not. Good for them. They're both beautiful people. Athlete meets athlete. They got a lot to talk about. They can kick it in the gym. I mean, that's a match made in heaven. Go ahead, y'all.
Uncle Roro, what you thinking?
the check cleared. He got from the Browns. Ain't we go to work. What are you talking about? You get $40 million. I'm not going up to work either. And again, what said, he's like a beautiful couple. She's probably competitive. He's right where he's supposed to be. He's a veteran. You know, like the Brown, the check cleared. He's not. I don't think he's worried about those two.
Hey, bro, you said the check clear. Check clear. Okay. All right, Brian, what you thinking?
Hey, like Jess said, okay, cute couple, but he got paid. It's time for him to focus on games, focus on football. And you know, it's okay to have your girlfriend and your wife, but training camp is here. It's time to go to work. You got to block all that stuff out, man. We need a championship, and you just got paid to, you know, be a part of that or to help us get there to the promised land. So focus on that more right now.
Yeah, at least she knows them snowy sports though. So I mean, you know, she can skate and and she can snowboard. I mean, she's more than welcome to come here to Ohio. Come on.
Right. Well, you know, that's a good segue into our last question of the night. Players that are missing the OTAs. We got Myles, we got Greg Newsome, man. We got Njoku, Batonio, Jack Conklin. What y'all think? And these are all veterans. What y'all think about that? Go ahead, Jess.
They busy? What are they doing? No, yeah, they need to come on. Like, I understand a little time off. It's summer, but it's time to get back on it. We got, you know, my boy's out here lifting, and he's in high school football. He's out here lifting every day. So, like, we need to be in here OTAs like it's our job.
Right. Okay. What you think about that one, Brian?
It's time to get to work, man. It's we don't have Super Bowls. We didn't make the playoffs last year, and Greg Newsome is one of them. I like him as a guy, a little player, but the thing that irked me with him and a lot of other defensive backs is this celebrating on first down. You bat the ball down, you get up doing all this stuff. It's like it was first down. they can get a first down. I mean, a first down or touchdown the next play, which happens sometimes. You celebrate. I'm all about celebrating. When I played, I used to love doing dances and everything too back in the 70s. And it's like, okay, celebrate when it's something significant, not on first or second, even third down. You could celebrate then, like, we're off the field. But this first down celebration every time, he that's one thing that irked me about him, and he got on my nerves with it. So he definitely needs to have his butt in OTAs right now, working on his coverages and everything to get ready to play.
Hold on, time out for a minute. You said irk twice in one sentence, so I know you were really mad about that.
I need to say it more than that.
That's one of my mama's words, and I ain't heard that. I ain't heard irk in a long time. But I digress. Go ahead, Uncle Roro. Bring us home.
When our guest just made a great point, we forgot Deontay Johnson, the newly acquired wide receiver, who's probably going to be a starter, has a lot of talent, has a background of not being held, being accountable. He's the guy who needs to be in training camp. He didn't show up. And also, the Newsomes of the world. Last year, our defensive backs made mental errors, and you can see they weren't always on the same page for whatever reason. And finally, anyone new to the team should be at every single practice, every single rep, to try to catch on. It's a fast-moving game, and it's constantly changing. So we all have to show up to work. We can't take days off. So
hold on, Uncle Roro. These are voluntary workouts.
Volunteer is code word for get your ass to practice.
Somebody call the aunties. Somebody call the aunties. They'll get to work.
As long as they paying, the check cleared, we gotta go to practice.
Go to work.
It's a business
right there, show dog.
Exactly. Hey, I ain't had this good of a time or this great of a time in a long time. I want to thank Just West, Uncle Roro, little bro Brian. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. But that's the show. I'll see you next week. Take us out of here, Cody.